Blessed be all of my Aries people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below so we can look at your personal questions, personal cards, and personal chart. So what's going on when it comes to the general astrology weather for this week for you? Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got some tricky energy to navigate. We have got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde acting up and making some deceptively sweet feeling energies that we need to be careful with. They're going to be engaging Pluto and Neptune in Aquarius and Pisces, respectively. And this combination can spell issues with rats, ruses, and infiltrators, but also provide the opportunity to discover them and maybe even reverse or undo some of their work. And for you, this is likely going to be showing up in community spaces, possibly around friend groups, cliques, group projects, or even things that may be coming up from the past or from behind closed doors. Whatever the case is here, pay attention to what is coming up to be revealed, and this is likely something that could even have its origins in the further back past, but also the recent past. And so whatever's going on for you, just be ready to take it on. Now on the 29th, we have our beautiful solar eclipse new moon in your sign, which is all about new life chapters unfolding over this next 3 months for you, particularly around a personal goal, personal project, or ambition that you would like to see substantiate. And this is something deeply personal. This is an area that talks about, things that you kind of work on all by yourself, that maybe you've had for a long time as a personal goal or aspiration or dream. Maybe you've shared it a little bit with some people on a need-to-know basis, but this really is just all about you. And the genesis of this goal, or the genesis of this accomplishment, is likely going to have the table set for itself between March and June. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Knight of Cups reversed. So this week is going to have kind of a mixed message kind of feel to it. On the good, the Knight of Cups reversed can actually indicate a very prosperous period where a lot of activity, a lot of flows, whether it's material, whether it's professional, whether it's personal, are actually going very swimmingly. The Knight of Cups reverse can indicate a flurry of activity that can actually gain us a lot of maybe important evolutions or important progressions in projects or in things that we are trying to take on or trying to maybe evolve. However, the Knight of Cups reverse can always also sometimes bring along the risk of bad company along the way. Whether these are tag-alongs, people trying to stick themselves to you or get involved with maybe bringing their own energy, their own inputs, their own problems to your table. And, if that starts to happen this week, just remember a saying that I always keep. I care about your bullshit as much as you care about my peace. And, see what that does with people. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Five of Swords reversed. Now, the Five of Swords reversed is actually a really good card because this is all about the end of a conflict or the end of a struggle and possibly some kind of repair going on with a professional or financial situation, especially where some kind of hiccup or maybe loss or block had occurred in the past or maybe even has been present already. With the Five of Swords reversed, something could be getting patched up, fixed up, or even remunerated. But whatever the case is, again, something is getting set right that's been off for a minute. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Emperor reversed. Now, the Emperor reversed is indicating there could be something going on where an authority figure, a leader, a boss, or possibly even a parent could be acting up or playing up this week. A lot of the times the Emperor card reversed, we can see somebody who is kind of making their problems our problems. Remember the boundary. I care about your shit as much as you care about my peace, as much as you can actually respect it. And with the Emperor reversed, you might have to draw the line where something that's not your responsibility to be the rodeo clown for could be trying to get pushed on you. This can also indicate troubles with authority figures or people who should be able to handle their own stuff, not doing it effectively, either going too hard or not doing anything at all. And so just keep in mind, this might be a week where you have to crack the whip. For your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Cups reversed. Replacements, 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 and not a bad card at all. Because the Five of Cups reversed, is all about accepting replacements to things that you don't have anymore, as well as accepting replacements for things that you don't need anymore. And sometimes that can show up as a challenge, right? If you're surrounded in situations where it kind of feels like you're bound up with people, or you have to somehow carry some kind of commitment or obligation, or just kind of finish what you started a certain way, you might, if you kind of think like that too much, you let that become a dogma in your mind, you're not going to be accepting good replacements to things that are trying to actually spruce up your world. And you're challenged to allow things to get replaced, both things that you've lost as well as things you don't need to have or keep anymore. And when it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed, again, another example of a good reversed card, because this is a card of downsizing, simplifying, and also bringing in kind of a nice, clear, harmonious order into our world. And so a lot of you may be finding that you and a partner or a significant other are getting a chance to drop something or abandon something that has proven to be a bad plan, a bad setup, or something that has maybe been, just again, it's not something good to be holding on to or gearing onto. It may even be something that has been maybe creating some unnecessary struggles or consequences for one or both of us. But whatever the case is, there is definitely a breathing free kind of sense this week. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, the Two of Pentacles reverse is indicating an opportunity, yes, to connect with somebody that definitely does have a commitment in mind that might be on a road that you would like to be on yourself. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Taurus people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, where we can look at your personal questions, cards, and chart, well, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or just follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on with the general astrology weather for you all this week? Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got some tricky energies to navigate. Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde are going to be playing up with some deceptively sweet or deceptively pleasant feeling energies that we need to be careful with, especially because of their engagements to Pluto and Neptune. And for you, this is likely going to be a time where around the career sector and even possibly around a connection or a friendship group, some rats, ruses, and infiltrators are likely going to be discovered that you are going to need to weed out. And this could be something that we're discovering that's going on behind closed doors, or some things that could be going on with a career or professional matter that need to be reversed. Whatever the case is, as unpleasant as it sounds, this is going to bring an opportunity to do some reverse work. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is opening up a beautiful new life chapter over the course of this next 3 months, where something from your past is getting a chance to come back to life. And this is likely going to be a new beginning for something that was once a treasured era, treasured pastime, treasured passion, or treasured commitment from your past. Now, this could be maybe an era of your life where, or maybe an old goal or an old vocation, or just something that maybe even was an old plan. Whatever you would like to resurrect or bring back or reincorporate into your world, well, between March and June, you'll be afforded the opportunity. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here is your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Page of Pentacles upright. The Page of Pentacles is all about new beginnings, seeds getting planted, and new secure foundations starting to get a move on when it comes to evolving into things that are going to pay off well for you. And you may be finding this week is full of a lot of new gifts or new offers or new proposals coming your way. And you want to make sure that you take the time to evaluate them. The Page of Pentacles can also be a really good card for things that maybe have been stuck in the realm of the drawing board, finally getting a chance to get the show on the road. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Six of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Wands in reverse is all about backpedaling, reversals, and rewinds. And this can be a card that goes either way. Because something that maybe has been a plan, or maybe that's an initiative or a commitment around a work or financial matter, is going to be walked back. It's going to be reversed. It's going to be undone. Now, this can be a good thing, especially if it's something that either you yourself wish you could undo or take back, or you wish somebody else would undo or take back. But it could also be a bit frustrating if this comes, as a bit of a surprise. Whatever the case is, just understand that whatever is getting walked back or backpedaled or undone is better off being backpedaled, walked back, or undone. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Moon upright. And the Moon is a card of mysteries, confusion, illusions, riddles, and puzzles. And it's possible there could be something going on where you're going to need to take everything with a bit of a grain of salt around a friend or a contact or a yarn that they are spinning. Sometimes the Moon card can be a warning about getting wrapped up into a tall tale, or maybe you find out that something that you once believed was true because of something somebody said or showed you turns out to not actually be the full truth, or maybe it was distorted in some way. Might take you some time to figure out what the real truth is in this situation, but the Moon card upright is definitely saying don't trust to appearances or surface details this week. For your challenge, you've got the Two of Wands reversed. And the Two of Wands reversed is all about things that need to be, again, translated differently. A lot of the times the Two of Wands reversed can show up where things that are miscommunicated, misheard, misunderstood, or lost in translation need to be recommunicated, rearticulated, and done correctly so that nobody mixes up. Because sometimes what can happen with the Two of Wands reversed is, in certain meetings, certain conversations, certain exchanges, people think they're on the same page when they're really not. And there could be something coming up that we have to be ready to iron out, or we just need to make sure that we are good communicators, right? Just making sure that we are doing that, but also being humble enough to ask for clarity when things don't make sense. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the King of Swords upright. And the King of Swords is a very good card because this indicates some kind of important answer or some an important key to something that has maybe been locked up or not really all that easy to solve or solve for, that you and a partner are getting a chance to finally make some headway with. Now, the King of Swords could actually be something that is developing for for both of you to be able to maybe step farther down a road you've not been able to make progress with. This could be something that your partner is discovering, or this could be something coming from a friend of you guys. For those of you who are single or available to new people, the King of Swords is indicating a very shrewd, very intelligent, very clean-cut individual that could be showing up this week, or some nice developments with somebody who might fit that descriptor. But with the King of Swords, we're definitely going to want to make sure that we're ready to build an intellectual rapport, because that's where it all starts with these ones. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Gemini people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, where we look at your personal questions, chart, and cards, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. But in the meantime, what's going on with your general astrology weather for this week? Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got some tricky energies to discern and make sure that we're navigating carefully. Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde will be playing up with some deceptively sweet feeling vibes as they engage Pluto and Neptune in Aquarius and Pisces, respectively. And for a lot of you, there could be a theme of catching rats, ruses, and infiltrators around sectors relating to career, business, and finance, or even long-term plans, long-term connections, as well as even long-distance engagements, long-distance communications, or anything where you might be sharing financial interests with other people. And this can also include things like investments or things like that. Whatever the case is here, just keep in mind, rats, ruses, and infiltrators might come up, but it's also being revealed so it can be reversed and fixed up. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is going to be opening up some new life chapters for you over the course of this next 3 months, where there could be some kind of grand new adventure or beautiful new chapter opening up in your social life with an important friendship, or maybe some lofty goal or ambition that you have for yourself and for a friend or a collaborator or an ally. This could be something for fun, this could be something for business, this could be something for pleasure, this could be all of the above. This could even open up the world for you in terms of travel opportunities. And over the course of the end of March all the way up to the end of June, well, it looks like the road is being set to make that so. So that is what I've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Lovers reversed. And the Lovers reversed is all about bad matches, bad combinations, as well as a warning against either creating or holding on to adverse or harmful or damaging commitments. A lot of the times the Lovers card reversed, we need to be careful during this period about not only new commitments or new connections that might be popping up on the table for you, but also at the same time knowing when we are going to get a chance to take our leave of bad commitments, exchanges, and agreements from the past. A lot of the times the Lovers card reverse can also indicate a period where things that were once set in motion in the past that bound you to other people or to roads or to promises that you shouldn't be keeping are going to come up to be cleared this week. And so there is some good in this card, but we have to be careful about maybe, taking on too much, holding on to too much, or letting too much stick to us as we go through the week. Filter, filter, filter. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Six of Swords reversed. And the Six of Swords reversed is all about reversals and possibly something not necessarily going forward as planned because of another matter. Now, sometimes this can actually be a good thing. There could be a delay, a stall, or maybe a discontinuance or a cancellation of something that we thought was going to go forward, but it's probably better that it doesn't. Or it's also possible you might be getting a chance to return or change something about a past situation in a financial or professional matter so that you are actually in better shape now in the present and going forward. Whatever the case is, there's going to be a feeling of a bit of a time warp every now and then, but it will be for the good. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Magician upright. The Magician is indicating a rising star in your ranks is coming into some kind of new seat of power or influence. This could be a friend, an ally, a business partner, a member of your family or community, somebody that you have an established good connection with. And with the Magician upright, this could actually be a time where their rise up is also opening a door or several for you, both doors that you might share, but also things that could just be gifts for you. Whatever the case is with the Magician, be ready to welcome that kind of help as we go through this week. For your challenge, you've got the Ten of Swords upright. And so the Ten of Swords upright is a card of abrupt, difficult ends to situations that were already bad. And a lot of the times the Ten of Swords, we see kind of a trade, almost trading bad for a chance at a brand new day. And there could be something coming up this week where something is brought to a stop or an end, or there is a conclusive realization that something is over or something is done. And this could even be something that you initiate yourself. Whether this has to do with maybe a project, going no contact with a client, that kind of thing. But with the Ten of Swords, this is something that is putting a harsh end to a situation that's already no good. It can be challenging to go through those things sometimes, but it must happen. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Chariot upright. And it looks like some very important accelerations are going on in partnerships. Because with the Chariot, there is a sense of victory or something that is getting made solid, made crystal clear, or even starting to turn about in terms of actually substantiating itself for you and your partner or your love interest. This could be a really good week, especially when it comes to making progress with things that have been delayed, possibly even getting a chance to be enjoying some new power, some new prestige, new comforts, or something that is going to be opening up a brighter road ahead. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, you may be finding that somebody new is also on a bit of a victory rush this week, and it's possible that this person or this connection or this opportunity is also able to help you maybe overcome some kind of obstacle or trouble that's been keeping you stuck somewhere in your world. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Cancerian people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me where we can look at your personal cards, chart, and questions, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or just follow the links in the down bar below. But in the meantime, what's going on with your general astrology weather for all y'all Cancerian people? Well, the 24th through the 27th of this week, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde acting up a little bit. They're making some deceptively sweet feeling vibes with their engagements with Pluto and Neptune in Aquarius and Pisces, respectively. But this can be very tricky business, and you're going to have to be smart about it, because this kind of combination tends to bring up, attract, and reveal rats, ruses, and infiltrators. And for a lot of you, this is going to be centering specifically around joint responsibilities, as well as maybe shared finance matters, any kind of long distance connections, or anything relating to spaces where you are sharing in maybe the gains or the profits from some kind of joint work or combined force. And you're going to need to be careful about how you handle this. But the good news is that, well, if they are showing up and they're getting revealed, they can also be defeated. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is opening up a new life chapter over the course of this next 3 months in your career sector. And for a lot of you, this could indicate a very important leap forward in terms of getting into a higher position, a higher role, a higher job, or a higher pay scale. And for a lot of you, this could be something that even takes you out of a space that you have been maybe warming yourself up in and giving you a chance to score a more competitive opportunity or commitment for the rest of the year. Whatever the case is, it's a continuous incline climb from the end of March through the end of June that's going to pay off well for you. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see just what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. Cancer, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Queen of Swords upright. And so this is going to be a week where a lot of really good interventions, intercessions, and solutions are going to start getting introduced into your world. Because the Queen of Swords, when she shows up, can often show up as sort of like a very powerful authority that's there to clean up messes, clean up problems, as well as also tie up a lot of loose ends, even things that don't feel ready to be solved. And with the Queen of Swords, there could be a lot of developments going on in your world this week that are forcing growth, forcing good movement forward, and forcing productivity where things have not really been progressing or productive in the past. This can also, however, be a really good week for having things that maybe do need to be cut away from you, get cut away from you. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Four of Wands upright. And the Four of Wands is all about a cause for celebration, some kind of important established win, new security, and maybe even some kind of wrap up of a stage. When the Four of Wands shows up here, there may actually be the celebration or the commencement of some kind of new normal around a financial or professional situation. And it is going to make you want to celebrate in some way. This could be, creating a lot of good times in work or with friends or with family, bringing in new money, or maybe even something that is crystallizing a dream team around you or a dream project in some way. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, the Queen of Wands reversed can sometimes show up where we may end up in a bit of a conflict with somebody that, let's just put it this way, they can't control how they emotionally react to things, and they kind of just put out what they're going through for the world. The Queen of Wands reversed can be that kind of belligerent, whether it's a bully or whether it's just somebody with no self-control. And you are going to need to be able to shut this down. What I always say to people is basically, I care as much about your traumas, your wounds, and your bullshit as you care about my peace and my boundaries. And if you can't show that, you don't get none of my care either. And you might have to be ready to do something like that this week, because a lot of the times the Queen of Wands reversed, they don't shut up until they get shut up. For your challenge this week, you've got the Hierophant card reversed. And the Hierophant card reversed is all about changing the rules. It's all about letting go of things that have maybe been constants or customs or normal routines. And when we have this card show up as a challenge, you are going to get a lot of good opportunities to move forward, especially in situations where, brighter horizons await. But you've got to be breaking some patterns. You've got to change something about what's been making your world tick or what's been making you tick. Otherwise, it's all for naught. And with the Hierophant reverse, this could indicate the changing of a rule, an agreement, or a plan, or maybe a trajectory for the better, but it could be a challenge because you've got to change with it. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about realized security, longevity, as well as even, yes, creature comforts and wealth. But in the context of love and romance, this is a week where there could be some kind of special win or victory brought on home. Now, this could be something brought on home by you, by a romantic interest, a partner, or even for some of you who may be looking for love, might be finding an opportunity for love or romance close to home or close to somebody that you know, a friend or family member, something along those lines. But with the Ten of Pentacles upright, it is something that is also giving you a chance to maybe explore a new grounded romantic chapter in your life, whether it's with your partner or if you're single or available, somebody new. So that is what I've got for you, Cancerian people. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Leo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below so we can look at your personal cards, personal chart, and personal questions. But in the meantime, let's talk about what's going on with all y'all Leo people this week. Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde playing up and making deceptively sweet vibes with Pluto and Neptune in Aquarius and Pisces, respectively. And this kind of combination, if we're not careful, can leave us open to rats, ruses, and infiltrators. And there could even be some reveals where some rats, ruses, and infiltrators have been at work or have been trying to get down to business, especially when it comes to matters of joint ventures, partnerships, or close involved connections, be this for professional or platonic reasons, or even personal situations. And this can also indicate something possibly coming up around a matter of joint finances, joint investments, or group work. Whatever the case is going on here, you've got to be very smart about how you catch and reverse these situations. But that's the good news. You can. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is going to be opening up a new life chapter for you over the course of this next 3 months, where you're getting a chance to leave a bubble, a space, or a container, if you will, behind. This is falling in a part of your chart that is all about big moves, big travel opportunities, social prominence, and even big gains where you might be looking to maybe boost your own publicity or the publicity of something that you would like to gain awareness of and for. But whatever the case is for you, it looks to be something that is making a bigger profile for you when it comes to your world at large. So be ready. It's going to be kind of a jet set 3 months from the end of March through the end of June. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's head on over and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the World card upright. This is going to be a week where a lot of really important culminations are leveling up many areas of your life at the same time, because the World card is about complete cycles, success, as well as getting elevated into what you could consider to be kind of a new life story. Now, this can indicate a lot of important culminating events or maybe even big moments that are propelling this forward throughout the course of this week, but also some very important wrap-ups that you are going to need to allow to be wrapped up. And with the World card upright, you definitely want to be able to show up for these moments because, again, there are some wins in store for you. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Strength card reversed. And the Strength card reversed is indicating there could be a conflict brewing around some kind of professional or financial matter, whether this is going on with a colleague, a client, a customer, or maybe some kind of financial arrangement or agreement that you have, or even something around a home or family concern. A lot of the times with the Strength card reversed, this can usually show up because somebody is kind of letting their mood become the main character of reality, and it's affecting their choices, and it's affecting how they are dealing with other people. It's affecting maybe their due diligence and how responsible they're being, and this conflict could come with some consequences or mistakes if it's allowed to kind of just be in charge. As I've already said to a couple of people this week, stand by this. I care about your wounds, your trauma, and your bullshit as much as you care about my peace, boundaries, and harmony. And if you don't, we don't get to work together. Because with the Strength card reversed, you don't need to be welcoming chaos and craziness into your workspace or to your financial affairs. And we don't need to have anybody bring that to us either. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Page of Swords upright. And the Page of Swords is all about inquiry. It's all about tests, opportunities for interviews, discovery, and even a shortcut being made for you to take to actually get to maybe a goal or an accomplishment or something that you want to do faster than the road you've taken so far. This could be something being put on the table through a contact, somebody new or known, a friend or a family member, or maybe some kind of discovery in a community space. But whatever it is, it's going to be good for you. For your challenge, you've got the Three of Wands upright. Staying in communication. The Three of Wands is indicating this week is going to be very fast-paced, and you would only have yourself to blame, and I'm saying this to myself as well as the Leo moon, you would only have yourself to blame if you snoozed this week away. The Three of Wands is all about fast launches, fast developments, and breakthroughs that are helping to get things on their best path, as well as even getting a chance to move up certain things that we may be slated for later in the year. This could also indicate some kind of very important response, discovery, or gift. And again, your challenge is to stay in step with it. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And the Nine of Swords in reverse is actually way better than the Nine of Swords upright, because the Nine of Swords reversed is all about the allaying or the solving or the release of some kind of chronic stress, anxiety, or stressor, or anxiety agitator. Now, this could be something that is getting solved or dissipated from something that you are working on with a partner, something that's been maybe a challenge for the relationship, or something that we have been trying to work on as a team, but have not been able to find our way around. The Nine of Swords reverse is saying those dark clouds dissipating. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, the Nine of Swords reverse says sometimes these kinds of things can happen even early in a connection or getting to know somebody. It may be that somebody may have an answer or a solution for something in your life that may have nothing to do with your romantic life, and yet there we are. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Virgo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me where we can look at your personal cards, your personal chart, your personal questions, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. But in the meantime, let's have a look and see what's going on with more of the general weather for all the Virgo people this week. Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, both acting up and making some deceptively sweet vibes with Pluto and Neptune in Aquarius and Pisces. However, we need to be very smart about this because deceptive is the key word here. Rats, ruses, and infiltrators may be getting revealed or start playing up between the 24th and the 27th, and likely for you, this is going to be highlighted in situations where close one-on-one connections, partnerships, alliances, or involvements or joint ventures are concerned, or possibly around work teams, clients, customers, and the community that you serve. Be careful not to let yourself get taken advantage of or welcome rats, ruses, infiltrators, and fakes into your space. And the good news is if you do catch them, you can always remove them. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse, new moon in Aries, which is opening up a new life chapter for you over the course of this next 3 months, where you are in a very good position to start scoring some bonus money in your life. And this could show up in the form of maybe a recurring increase in what you might consider supplemental or shared income, or anything that could be a surprise bonus, or perhaps even the addition of some kind of new source of revenue or income avenue to stack onto what you already have. Whatever the case, it's going to be a very lucrative end of March through end of June for you. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Swords reverse is actually a really good card because this is a card of discovery. Finding out things that maybe we have not known about, that we need to know about, whether they are good or bad, so that we can take proper advantage or to make the most or even get ahead in whatever situation. The Seven of Swords reverse says that this week is likely going to be full of situations where, yes, we are probably going to be seeing a lot of secrets from other people getting unburdened. We might be seeing resources and opportunities we didn't know about before, as well as even things boomeranging back into our lives that were once maybe lost or stolen once upon a time. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Knight of Wands reversed. And the Knight of Wands reversed is one of those mixed message cards. For the good, the Knight of Wands reversed can indicate a very busy week, especially when it comes to boosting your popularity, your reputation, your reach, as well as the impression that you're making throughout the office or your field. And this can also indicate a boost in profits, money coming in very, very quickly. However, the Knight of Wands reverse is indicating there could be some frustrating exchanges going on this week as well, especially when it comes to dealing with people that are not paying attention to rules, guidelines, and boundaries. You know the type I'm talking about, the people that think the monologue in their head is more important than just following simple directions. I had somebody last week as a client that I had to, kind of really try to make a point with. I don't think she got it though. With the Knight of Wands reversed, there can be some chaos that we need to be able to keep under control so that the good can still work for us. But I want you to be careful this week. You don't want to be welcoming any kind of chaotic activity, or let's just say people who could give less than a shit than following directions onto your crew, onto your team, or into your space. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the King of Cups reversed. And the King of Cups reversed is a warning card. There may be something going on where a contact, a family member, or an associate may be attempting to try to get closer to you than they should, or get more involved in something private or personal than they should be allowed. A lot of the times with the King of Cups reversed, we can see a manipulator, but somebody, and this is very typical with the King of Cups reversed, somebody who might be trying to do it from a place of patheticness, somebody coming from a place of being kind of the victim, or a provocative victim, or somebody that might be attempting to gain space by worming in. And they could be attempting to manipulate you through these tactics, or somebody that you care about, and you're going to have to put your foot down. For your challenge this week, you've got the Six of Cups reversed. Letting go of the past, moving on, letting your slate be cleaned. This is actually going to be a really good week for you, especially because the Six of Cups reversed as a challenge can often indicate problems that you didn't know how to solve, getting solved on their own. But you have to also allow them to be solved. Sometimes things wrap up before we feel like we have adequate resolution or satisfactory closure. It does not matter. Closure and resolution, believe me, I'm in the tarot community. People treat them like drugs. You don't need it all the time. And with the Six of Cups reversed this week, you're going to need to see where some problems will be taken care of themselves. And you can just kind of leave the past in the past. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the High Priestess reversed. This week, be careful. There may be somebody trying to pull a fast one. A lot of the times with the High Priestess reverse, there can be issues around manipulation, illusions, or people attempting to maneuver or coordinate things that they should not. You might be noticing that this could be somebody attempting to do this to you and a partner, or to you by yourself, or to a partner. A lot of the times the High Priestess reversed, we see somebody that is attempting to manipulate a situation for their personal gain. This might be something that you discover even in more, just sort of like businessy type of situations or financial situations or any kind of social situation. And for those of you who are single or available, with the High Priestess reversed, watch out. Somebody might be trying to seduce or to, win you over. But the High Priestess reversed is a faker, okay? We got pretty trash with whatever this one is. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Libra people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below, because that way we can look at your personal cards and your personal chart and your personal questions. But what's going on when it comes to the general vibe of the weather for all you Libra people this week? Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde acting up with some deceptively sweet, pleasant vibes in the air that we need to actually be careful and cautious with. And that is because of their engagements to Pluto and Neptune, respectively. And what can sometimes happen here is that rats, ruses, and infiltrators start to act up, show up, or get revealed, even ones that maybe have been under our noses. And for you, this is likely going to be showing up both in work teams, workspaces, even with clients and customers, as well as potentially around creative projects, personal business enterprises, or even your romantic life. And whatever the case is, catching rats, ruses, and infiltrators is still on the table. If they're getting revealed, if they're showing up, whatever is happening, they can be dealt with as well. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse, new moon in Aries, which is going to be opening up a new life chapter for you in your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. This is the area that rules the boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your most involved one-on-one connections and joint ventures with. And over the course of the 3 months following, right, so from the end of March to the end of June, it's very possible that some kind of new story, new chapter, or new commitment is evolving in this part of your life. And this could also spell a very special union or connection getting cemented as we go through this next few months as well. So that is what I've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the 10 of Cups upright. And this week is actually going to be very chill for you. The 10 of Cups is all about happiness, attainment, and contentment. And this could actually be a week where a lot of things that you've been kind of putting your feelers out for, things that you've been seeking to find, are going to be found and show up. But with the 10 of Cups upright, this is also a week where a lot of stories, a lot of long journeys that you've been on, projects or personal roads, are also going to be wrapping up with their own happy endings. Whatever the case is with the 10 of Cups, be ready to turn some leaves over and also celebrate the spoils. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the 4 of Cups in reverse. And the 4 of Cups in reverse is indicating there could be an issue coming up that could be disrupting a normal or disrupting your schedule or disrupting a pattern or a plan that is actually not an issue at all. A lot of the times with the 4 of Cups reversed, we actually see a blessing in disguise, and something is shaking things up that in the beginning might seem inconvenient, but is actually a superior situation than maybe what has been our comfort zone around a work or financial situation. Just keep in mind, this can also be a card of busyness, profitable busyness, but uncoordinated busyness. So you're going to need to make sure that you can keep your schedule tight where you can. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the 2 of Cups upright. And the 2 of Cups is indicating some kind of connection or joining of forces is getting put on the table, a partnership, a collaboration, or maybe some kind of union. The Two of Cups is actually really, really good here because this could be a situation where you and an important person or new person are getting a chance to combine resources, combine forces to make something greater than what you could have made on your own. This could also indicate an important union or help from a union of some kind that is going to also be turning over an important stone in your life. Your biggest challenge this week is the Eight of Swords upright. And the Eight of Swords is all about paralysis, standing still, waiting too long, or letting your, I guess you could say, your future be dictated by what you're attached to and what's attached to you. The Eight of Swords is a challenge, always challenges us to cut ourselves free where we need to cut ourselves free. You look at the guy in the picture, all right? He could easily cut his ties on the swords around him and take off his own blindfold. But self-imposed paralysis or accepted waiting or accepted sitting around or repetitive behavior is not acceptable this week. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ten of Wands upright. And the Ten of Wands is indicating that this week there could actually be some kind of news of a big shift or a big turning point getting crossed in a good way, but it could be so busy or could be so exhaustive that it kind of, shakes things up in terms of time spent in your personal life. Now, the Ten of Wands could indicate a successful turn of events. This can be a card of attained success, especially when it comes to a win for you or a win for a partner. But busyness, and time consumption is a big part of the Ten of Wands. And so we have to make some time and make some room if we want to stay connected and spend some quality time together. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, this could also be a similar message, especially when it comes to a situation where maybe we are getting a chance to make some headway, but a lot of external or peripheral busyness could threaten to just, claim our time or the time of our interest. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Scorpio people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me where we can look at your personal questions, personal cards, personal chart, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, where you can follow the links in the down bar below. And with all that said, in the meantime, let's have a look and see what's going on with your general astrology weather for all of you Scorpio people this week. Well, the 24th through the 27th, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde playing up and creating some deceptively sweet feeling connections to Pluto and to Neptune. And this is where, between the 24th and 27th, we've got to be smart and on our guard, especially when it comes to sweet talkers, fawning behavior, or anything that might be trying to get cloyy, clingy, and too close. There's a sickly sweet vibe here that I do not trust, and I don't think you should either, because this kind of combination tends to bring out the rats, ruses, infiltrators, and fakers. And it is likely there could be something going on where you might notice this either on a home or family front, or possibly a home economic situation, or even around a personal business enterprise, a personal project, or even your personal life. Whatever the case is, be smart, because rats, ruses, and infiltrators and fakers tend to show up, but that means if they're showing up to be dealt with, however you're going to deal with it. Just don't fall for any sweet-talking bullcrap. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is going to be opening up a new life chapter for you over the course of this next 3 months, from the end of March through the end of June, where you are going to be enjoying some kind of big break as it relates to your work, your reputation, the people that you serve, and the people that you serve with. This is a brilliant shift, especially when it comes to getting in line for better business, whether better business means getting a better job, doing better business with people that you like, or even getting better business for your business. But whatever the case is, it's going to bring in a very lucrative season as we go through March and on. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, the Ace of Wands reversed can often show up where there could be a bit of a slowdown or maybe a reduction of kinetic energy, kinetic activity, engagements with people, as well as also just a general slowdown across the board in many different corners of your world. A lot of the times this slowdown is happening so that we can actually take a step back and start working on generating something new. A lot of the times we can go through these periods where it feels like we're getting nowhere because we're not supposed to be dumping more energy into what we're already dealing with. We're supposed to be working on directing ourselves to a better path or initiating something new and finally investing in it. When we do, that's where we start to see results. That's where we start to see profit. That's where we start to see people. That's where we start to see things moving. So pay attention to where slowdowns are happening so you can actually turn your attention to new things this week so that you don't get stuck. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Eight of Wands reversed. And the Eight of Wands reversed is all about a redirect, something that is not going forward as it was planned or as it was originally set up, but something that might need to be slowed down or diverted to go in another direction. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily be bad, but what can happen sometimes is when you're dealing with people who might not necessarily be very good at, say, keeping up with change, or people who are not very good at adjusting to change, or maybe people who are like, those reactionary freak out personality types, that can cause some trouble at the office or can cause some trouble in financial or family situations. But I'm going to tell you right now, with the Eight of Wands reversed, those who can kind of bend with the change are actually going to have a really, really good week. So let that be you, and don't worry about whether or not another person knows how to adapt. When it comes to your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Judgment card reversed. And the Judgment card reversed is all about quits, cancellations, and discontinuances. And so there could be something coming up where something that you maybe had planned with a contact or a friend or maybe a group is getting canceled. This could be something that you are choosing to cancel or discontinue yourself, or there could be even something getting shut down. And depending on, what's going on with you, because this is a general forecast for all the Scorpio people watching me, this could be something where you could be happy that this is happening, right? You could be getting let off the hook for something that you don't want to do or you don't want to complete. Or this could be something that is just a bit of a snafu in your calendar. Whatever the case is, space is opening up. For your challenge this week, you've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed is indicating, again, trusting to chance at the wrong time, or maybe not utilizing space or opportunities effectively. When the Wheel of Fortune shows up reversed, a lot of the times I often see when I'm reading for people, it's people who are kind of doing too much surrendering, too much deference to the external, too much waiting and seeing, and not utilizing opportunity that can come from changing plans. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed, fortune favors those who get in the driver's seat, not wait for somebody else to take the wheel. And this is a time where if you do let this actually work with you instead of against you, again, a lot of really cool new roads are going to be opening up. But you don't want to sit around waiting to be saved, right? Tarot and astrology, it's not church. It's just telling you what's out there so you can know what to do with it. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Four of Swords reversed. And the Four of Swords reversed is all about an overnight change, an overnight acceleration, or maybe even some wildness that could stir. A lot of the times this card can indicate something speeding up. And for a lot of you, this could be something happening where maybe a partner or you are getting a chance to fast forward something that you've been working on in the relationship, or an overnight change or an overnight development in something going on in a partner's life is opening a new door. We just got to make sure that we pace ourselves properly. It can be very tempting to rush with the Four of Swords reversed, and we don't want to do that. But this could be a very pleasant surprise. Something that's been taking a snooze is now ready to get active. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Four of Swords reversed is also indicating some very good news around possibly an abrupt or chance opportunity to connect with somebody new or connect with somebody that you're interested in. But we have to make sure, again, that we are responsible adults and don't go into whirlwind mode. And yes, that is a trait of a responsible adult. So make sure that we enjoy and have the fun with the fast-pacedness, but be responsible. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Sagittarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, where we can look at your personal questions, personal chart, personal cards, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. But for now, let's look and see what the general weather is for all of you Sagittarius people. And this week, the 24th through the 27th, Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde will be playing up a bit with some deceptively sweet feeling vibes as they connect to Pluto and to Neptune. And I want you to be cautious around this kind of combo because rats, ruses, and infiltrators tend to disguise themselves in deceptively sweet, network-friendly types of energies like these. And you may be discovering where some rats, ruses, infiltrators, and fakes might be afoot, especially in situations around home and family business or home economy matters, or even around a group or maybe collaboration effort or a contract or contract effort of some kind. Whatever the case is happening here, we've got to be extra smart when we see these things happening, because if it's coming up and it's getting noticed, it's coming up so it can be dealt with. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is opening up a new life chapter for you as it relates to your personal life. And over the course of the next 3 months, there is likely going to be some kind of brilliant new beginning, new honeymoon phase, new love story, new love destination, or maybe even new era unfolding around a romantic connection. Now, this could be a new one for those of you single or looking, or maybe the next evolution of your partnership for those of you that are committed. Whatever the case is, it's going to be a hot and very sexy couple of months, the end of March through the end of June. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Sagittarius, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus this week, you've got the Justice card reversed. Now, the Justice card reversed is indicating that this week could have some eye-openers going on throughout it, because the Justice card reversed can often be a card of exposures going on where we may or may not have known people that have not been entirely honest, entirely truthful, or fair are now getting exposed for that. A lot of the times with the Justice card reversed, we see people that are either fakes or unqualified or unfit or unreliable, or maybe even, again, just not very good friends, not very good contacts, being exposed because the Justice card reversed is all about revealing lies, even if the lie is the personality or the persona somebody wants you to believe they have. And this can be a week with some eye-openers that can be a bit disappointing or a bit jarring. But with the Justice card reversed, remember, this is also a part of setting things right that maybe were set in motion, or realities that were maybe created by people that were simply trying to fake, negotiate, schmooze, or social climb their way where they don't deserve to be, or fix problems or fix issues where, again, maybe dishonesty or abuse of trust occurred in the past. Yeah. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you got the King of Pentacles reversed. This week can actually go really, really well, but we have to know our limits. Because the King of Pentacles reversed is a card of success. It's a card of great wealth, established prosperity, and also even an opportunity to go where the big activity is, around maybe your workspace or maybe work hours, big sales, big activity and progress in that respect. However, with the King of Pentacles reversed, there's always the risk of perhaps taking on a situation where work or an element of work or somebody that you could work with or work for could try to take over your life. And so we have to know where the limit is. How far can we go before that happens? Because you definitely want to make sure that you're able to score this week when it comes to getting ahead and maybe even getting a chance to live it a bit large, but you don't want to sell your soul for it. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Knight of Pentacles upright. And the Knight of Pentacles is the card of somebody that is going to be stepping forward and helping you to enforce some kind of new security, order, peace, and good fortune for yourself. The Knight of Pentacles is always the most trustworthy buddy, the pal, the ride or die, but also the person that's coming in that probably will be either hooking you up with something important, giving you an important tool, or maybe even helping you to tackle something that you've been trying to handle on your own. With the Knight of Pentacles, you definitely want to keep this person close because, again, this is one of your, this is, if you don't know this person, this will be somebody that you would consider very valuable, or if it's somebody that you do know and they are trustworthy, they will prove their value once again. For your challenge this week, you got the Death card upright. And the Death card is all about turnovers and endings to make room for new beginnings. But I do want to mention that Death card energy is not a surprise, right? This is about letting things end that we may have already seen those endings coming for a while, right? Things that maybe we knew we were always going to, this was already kind of coming to a close, whatever the situation was. And the challenge with the Death card is to recognize when that is the right time, when it is the right energy, and where it's appropriate and most appropriate. Because there are no beginnings without endings. And we have to remember that there's only so much reality we can experience at one time. If we just kind of sit around in stagnation and hold the same energy over and over again and just never let anything go, eventually we become the living dead. We're not even living people anymore. We're just sort of statues. So we do need to let these things happen. But there could be something turning over this week that could be difficult to accept, but it is opening up a new beginning for you as well. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse is all about reversing hurts, undoing damages, as well as retracing steps to better times. And for a lot of you, the Three of Swords reverse could indicate a very important development going on with a partner or in a partnership that is helping to reverse or undo some kind of old damage or old trouble. Now, this could be something in the relationship or something that's just been affecting us from the outside world or something that may have happened to you or happened to your partner. But with the Three of Swords reversed, it is all about healing this week. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, you might be connecting with somebody and having your own version of this, even if it's somebody new or somebody that you're not really official with yet. And this could also produce an opportunity to have an outside issue also get healed or reversed as well. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Capricorn people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me where we can look at your personal questions, your personal chart, your personal cards, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or follow the links in the down bar below. But for now, let's look at the general astrological weather for all of you Capricorn people. So this week, the 24th through the 27th, we've got some tricky business going on with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde playing up. and making some deceptively sweet and deceptively charming connections to Pluto and to Neptune. And this can be a problematic kind of combo because rats, ruses, and infiltrators have a tendency to act up or play up during this period or show up during this period. And we want to be extra smart about how we handle it. Watch out for people that might be attempting to focus on image alone. The types, the people who kind of get everywhere by networking, or they're good at networking, but they suck at life. But also at the same time, any kind of situation where somebody might be trying to pull a fast one. Likely this is going to be happening around the workspace or a financial matter or financial concern, or a situation where a contract or a commitment might be trying to get forced into being, or maybe has already been established, but we may discover something wrong with it. Whatever the case is, with rats, ruses, and infiltrators, do not worry, it's coming up, so it can be dealt with. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is going to be opening up a new life chapter for you over the course of this next 3 months. And from the end of March through the end of June, it's very likely that a lot of you are going to be enjoying some kind of really good shift in a home environment or home economic situation. Now, this could be a brand new beginning for your quality of life. This could be an opportunity for a big move or a big environmental shift, or even an opportunity for some new money or more wealth to start coming into the family space. Whatever the case is, it's looking to be quite cozy for you guys as we go through this next season. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what is going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Page of Wands upright. So the Page of Wands is all about initiations, invitations, and new stories unfolding because of discovery by other people, invitations to go join other people's journeys or other people's adventures that you absolutely want to make sure that you do. Following the guidance and directions of other people, pointing you to all kinds of different leads and new stories is going to be the name of the game this week. And you may even find that what is happening is that also your world is kind of shaping up to make room for some fabulous new characters you want to make sure that you are making feel at home, or you can make yourself feel at home in theirs. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Ace of Swords upright. And the Ace of Swords is the green light card, the road opener card, something getting started or pushed that is actually going to be a fabulous advantage for you. Now, this could be a door that is getting opened, whether this is a professional door, a financial door, or maybe even something getting authorized, made official, or given clearance to go to work for you. But whatever the case is, it is a sign of a very important victory that is only going to continue to evolve for you. And for your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Six of Pentacles upright. And the Six of Pentacles is, again, a card of good interference from other people. Because the Six of Pentacles is all about generosity. It's all about gift giving. It's all about investments being made in you, as well as even the kindness or the favors of others opening doors and hooking us up that maybe we did or did not know we could accept. Maybe we didn't even know we were putting it out there. But with the Six of Pentacles, you want to make sure that you are open to looking at what is there for you to receive. A lot of the Six of Pentacles energy can really come down to you making sure that you let people work with you, right? Help them help you. Because if you do, not only does that make you just a basic smart human being, but it also allows for things to start shaping up with a corner of your community or a personal priority that maybe you weren't able to do all by yourself or attain right now. For your challenge this week, you've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse can indicate maybe catching mistakes or catching issues from the past, or catching things that maybe we didn't know we were doing wrong or were done wrong in the past. Sometimes the Eight of Pentacles reverse can just simply also challenge you to be able to look at details and read the fine print of things more clearly, and also pay attention to where we don't want to be jumping to conclusions or making assumptions about things, good or bad, without knowing the details. Sometimes things get shut down prematurely based on first impressions. Morons do that and call it intuition, but you need to take some time to feel things out before you can really get a good impression anyway, intuitively or no. So don't be like that. But also at the same time, with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, something might have a chance to get fixed, and you want to make sure that you let it. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Swords upright. And the Knight of Swords, well, that's all about some kind of breakthrough. A lot of the times the Knight of Swords, we see some kind of complication, problem, net, or block that has been binding you up, or keeping you in a bad space, getting cleared out by some kind of important help. Now, this could be something coming through a partner or a significant other, or this could be coming from a friend or ally of your relationship, whether it's a friend of your guys's, a couple friend, or a family member, or an in-law, or whatever. But with the Knight of Swords, there is something that is getting a chance to finally get it, released from something that has been either a problem or a damper on your relationship. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this could indicate kind of a superhero type of energy coming in. The Knight of Swords likes to show off their smarts, and so definitely want to be ready to meet on an intellectual level with them, but also somebody who is full of very intelligent, strategic ideas and could be a very valuable asset in your life, even if they were just a friend, but there's a chance we might get more. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Aquarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. That way we can look at your personal cards, personal chart, and personal questions. But for now, let's have a look and see what's going on with the general weather for all of you Aquarius people this week. Well, on the 24th and through the 27th, we've got some tricky business going on with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde engaging Pluto and Neptune. And this is going to create a very deceptively sweet feeling vibe in the air. And if we're not careful, it can be easy for people to pull a fast one. And for a lot of you, this is going to show up in the form of the discovery of or the arrival of rats, ruses, and infiltrators that may be afoot, especially in professional and financial spaces, or even around a personal project or some kind of personal ambition or personal road that you've been operating yourself, whether it's something, a private project, or something you've been doing solo, maybe sharing a bit of information here and there with people on a need-to-know basis. Be careful who you welcome into these personal spaces that have not proven themselves yet, because again, rats, ruses, and infiltrators tend to have agendas of their own. Whatever the case is, though, whatever is discovered, it is going to be discovered, so you can deal with it. On the 29th, we've got a solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is opening up a new life chapter for you over the course of this next 3 months. And from the end of March up until the end of June, it's very likely that a lot of you are going to be getting the opportunity to score some very important lift or hookup or some kind of new gig. Now, this could be in the form of work, or this could be something that is helping maybe your personal ambitions or a personal goal or something that you would like to accomplish for yourself or for your family. Give it a really big lift with the help of some helping hands. Be ready to accept some good help over the course of this next 3 months, because the solar eclipse in the 3rd house is all about setting you up with a personal dream team to get a lot more work done with your life. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aquarius, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus for the week, you've got the Empress reversed. This week might bring your attention to a lot of things that could be problems because of what we've been inclusive of, or including or allowing to take up space in our lives. A lot of the times the Empress reversed, we see issues that are coming from inside the circle, inside the house, so to speak. And you may have to take a more scrutinizing eye to things that maybe you have been allowing to take up space or allowing to exist that maybe are the reason for difficulties, right? This is why we can't have nice things kind of experience. Sometimes with the Empress reverse, this is going to require you to be ready to call out or to challenge or to stand against maybe a person or a situation or an agreement that you've maybe either once upon a time agreed to or reluctantly accepted, but you can't anymore. And this can happen in multiple different areas at once. Pay attention to what problems have been allowed to take up space in our world, even if we didn't think they were problems in the beginning or that they would go that way. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Two of Swords upright. And the Two of Swords upright is all about options and opportunities that we do need to take some time evaluating before fully biting off on. Sometimes with the Two of Swords, we're looking for things, we're looking for new opportunities, we're looking for new money, we're looking for a new place to live, we're looking for whatever. And we get multiple options show up at the same time, but they don't seem like you're getting a chance to see the full picture inside and out yet. And you are asked to be patient. The cream of the crop will rise for the patient, or even better opportunities will evolve out of this situation if we give ourselves the time to sit and think. But be careful. You might be dealing with people or situations that could be trying to pressurize or rush decisions that you should not. For your communications or your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Hanged Man in reverse. And with the Hanged Man in reverse, this week, there could be news of something that was once maybe put on hold or set aside or put up on a shelf, whether it was an engagement, a plan, a project, or something that you wanted to get off the ground with a friend that's now coming back to life, now getting back to getting in the zone or now ready to start. This could be a really pleasant surprise, especially if it might be something old, like something you forgot about, or something that you didn't even think was possible, or, just kind of left behind to kind of, go about having a life. But whatever the case is, with the Hangman reversed, a pleasant surprise or a pleasant restart or a pleasant start is about to happen. For your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Wands upright. Pay attention to where you need to get ready to throw your weight around. The Five of Wands can sometimes show up where there could be something going on where unnecessary conflict, competition, or even, again, aggression that could be coming out of people needs to be tamped down. If people can't control how they react to things, that's their personality flaw that they can work on in private. You have to be tougher this week about maintaining order, peace, and space and harmony. Sometimes the Five of Wands upright can show up as a challenge where we need to be able to throw our weights around, throw some elbows around, where we have been playing Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Gal or Mr. Nice Aquarius before. And it may come as a shock to people, especially people who took advantage of patience, kindness, and sweetness. But as I've been saying to a couple of signs already, my motto is, I care about your wounds, your bullshit, your trauma, as much as you care about my peace and my boundaries and the sanctity of my space. And so you show me how you care, and then I'll show you how I care. And when it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Devil reversed. Really good card, because the Devil card reversed is all about the elimination of some kind of problem, thorn in your side, or struggle that has been a constant issue or maybe danger in some way to something that you or a partner or maybe both of you have been working on or trying to get through. This could be really good news about a turn around maybe a partner's job situation, a health situation, or maybe even something around a home project or a family plan. But with the Devil reversed, whatever the antagonizing influence has been is now going away. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this is marking the end of some kind of block, obstacle, or interference that's actually been standing in the way of you being able to connect with somebody, whether it's meet somebody new, or maybe even get a chance to get something going with a situation that's been all talk until this point. But whatever the case is, again, the Devil card reversed is always about the elimination of a block or a bad guy. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Pisces people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting March 24th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, where we look at your personal questions, personal chart, personal cards, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or follow the links in the down bar below. But for now, let's have a look and see what's going on when it comes to the general astrology weather for the Pisces population. This week, the 24th through the 27th, we've got Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde acting up. And they're making some deceptively sweet connections to Pluto and to Neptune. We need to be very careful when it comes to this kind of combination, because it's very easy for deceptively sweet, deceptively fawning or pleasant vibes to get the drop on us. And rats, ruses, and infiltrators and fakers can often be afoot or arrive or get discovered during these periods. Now for you, there is likely going to be something coming up that you need to be aware of around something relating to either an account or some kind of financial or professional matter that is probably not necessarily something we should be leaving in the hands of maybe the other end of that account, or something connected to a financial or professional matter that could be going through a mishandling. There could also be something coming up around a personal project, personal road, or personal ambition, something that you'd be operating with solo, or a personal assignment you'd be handling solo. And you're going to want to be careful about welcoming in external inputs where it doesn't belong. On the 29th, however, we've got a beautiful solar eclipse new moon in Aries, which is going to be lighting up your second house of income, employment, and security. And this is going to be bringing in a new life chapter where it's very possible a lot of you could be making a big move up in the economic world, a big move up in the professional world, whether it's through a new job, a new role, or some kind of new professional commitment. But you are going to need to be ready to make some adjustments and possibly leave behind the road you took to this point as it relates to your professional or financial ambitions. Either way, it's looking to be quite a prosperous 3 months from the end of March to the end of June. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Pisces, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Three of Pentacles upright. And the Three of Pentacles upright is all about important shifts to atmospheric and environmental conditions around you in order to help you achieve a greater success. Now, this could be showing up in professional situations. This could be showing up in just your environment in general, social connections, anywhere where it is time for you to see a bit of a renovation, a correction, or a perfection to the layout of your world. And this could be coming up in many different spaces or many different corners of your world at the same time. It's all about moving on up in the world, but you've got to be ready to adapt and, of course, keep up with the changes that are happening as well. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Nine of Wands reversed. And the Nine of Wands reversed is all about openings. It's all about you getting a chance to explore options, opportunities, or things that maybe were not available to you before. This could be coming out from behind closed doors around a professional or financial situation, or possibly something that was once locked or inaccessible to you now being made plain or being made clear, or the door being opened. With the Nine of Wands reversed, this can be a time where there could be a bit of a change of a road that you've come to this point on. Or this could be something that is opening up an opportunity that you didn't think you had the access to or would be made available to you. So make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on in your practical affairs, because this could be a very pleasant turn of events. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, we've got the Page of Cups upright. And the Page of Cups is indicating some kind of special favor, gift, or deed being shared or done on your behalf through a friend or an important contact. A lot of the times, the Page of Cups is a sign that somebody wants to prove their care, their investment, their loyalty, their love in you. Now, this could be something like a generous gift or favor, or this could be something that they are doing, or something that they are putting out there, or something that they are setting the table with, so to speak, that is making some very important ripples. But with the Page of Cups, this is also going to be something that allows you to maybe take an easier step down a road you want to take. Maybe they're smoothing that road, or maybe they are providing that journey with something that's been missing. For your challenge this week, you've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Wands reversed is all about choosing one's battles and also choosing the hills we're fighting those battles on well. And sometimes with this card, we can find ourselves in a situation where we are put in a position to have to fight or defend something that we shouldn't really be defending, or fighting a battle that is unnecessary, something that is pointless, or fight for something, or maintain a stance, or maintain a situation or a position that we shouldn't even be at anymore. We shouldn't even be on that hill. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, you're going to get a chance to kind of discern that and hopefully step off that hill this week. There could also be some issues coming up, however, where you may have to confront a person in your life that does not know how to choose their battles, that does not choose their battles well or fight their battles well. Typically with the Seven of Wands reversed, we see extremely reactive personalities, people that don't really keep their emotions under control. They fly off half-cocked. They tend to escalate. And that could be something where you also have to either distance yourself from that person, which may be wise, or find a way to stomp it out. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Temperance card reversed. Now, the Temperance card reversed could bring up some news this week where something that maybe was an idea, a consideration, or an agenda, or something that has been maybe rolling around in terms of maybe a future thought between yourself and a partner, it might be made clear that something can't come together or it won't happen. Sometimes the Temperance card reverse can just show us where the pieces aren't there, or they're not working, or it's something that can't really be put together with, I guess you could say, what's here. Or what's involved. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes we've got to kind of accept where it's like, okay, we're not going to be able to do this part. We're not going to be able to make this thing happen. We're not going to be able to push this forward. We're not going to be able to generate this or have this get created or whatever. There can be some disappointing news, but again, I do want to make it very, very clear with the Temperance card reversed, I don't think this is in anybody's control to change. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Temperance card reversed is indicating that there could be something going on where we need to change plans with somebody, or something may be trying to happen on the wrong plan or happen the wrong way, and that has to be ditched. Sometimes with the Temperance card reversed, we might be attempting to work something in the wrong capacity or with, again, the wrong components. And this is a week where that's got to be looked at before any real progress can be made. And that might be something coming up this week or revealed this week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine. And should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.